start making a bet about when Diddy is actually going to not get out of jail, but stay out of jail. If you guys don't know, TMZ just reported there is a shocking new case. This person claims to have receipts. Diddy's team is actually responding to this one. Now, why is that important? We're going to get into it. I'm going to get into all the charges, but keep in mind this as you read this. Diddy has about 100 lawsuits, like literally 100 lawsuits. Okay. Now I know they're trying to say, oh my God, one got thrown out. No, KK got her name off the lawsuit. I'll talk about that in a different video. But what you need to know is Diddy's team is very selective about the things they respond to. And the fact that they are so forcefully coming out swinging about this, well, it makes you wonder. Anyway, let's get into this. Does anybody think Diddy is innocent? When I say forget about getting out of jail, because he is getting out on parole, but staying out of jail. Because don't forget, he has a 5-year parole. That means any arrest, any indictments, anything that could be illegal, any illegal activity, he goes back. Some people are saying that the California DA is holding off on pressing certain charges and trying him for certain things because for certain cases, there is a long statute of limitations or no statute of limitations. And one of the reasons they're holding off on bringing formal charges is because if they wait till that mofo gets out on May, April, whenever in 2028, and then they press charges and he is arrested or he is convicted, not only does he lose his 5 years probation, he has to do that, but when he's done, he gets shipped over to California to serve state. Just a thought. Anyway, let's get into this, right? They said, this is reported in TMZ. Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with a new lawsuit, this time from a man who claims Diddy sexually assaulted him while he was a minor under the guise of helping his acting career. Now, let me say this. Y'all can say what y'all want about whether those women at his trial were trafficked. If you guys saw my coverage, you know where I land on that, right? I stand with the women. However, one thing that came out in trial testimony over and over and over is Diddy is the original Pied Piper. He promised those women careers. He promised them this. He promised that. He promised people that. That's what Diddy did. That's the currency why he didn't have to spend money. He sold people dreams, and it looks like he sold them opportunities that never came up, that were always wrapped around a freak off. So, do I know if this man is telling the truth? Well, that is for a court of law to pronounce. Will Diddy settle with this man? No, because if they settle with him, he's going to settle with a lot of people. Unless, and you know what I'm saying, how many cases has Diddy settled that we don't know about? I ask of you, how many? Anyway, right? So what I'm saying is, we don't know if he's telling the truth, but already it sounded like something Diddy would do. Okay, they said in court docs that TMZ has, a man suing as John Doe said he was already a working child actor when he was invited to a Hollywood Hills party in 2007 as a networking event, which is when he says he met Diddy. The man says Diddy invited him to talk in private about career opportunities. Again, this sounds like the shit that came up in court with Diddy. Take out the actor part, take out the chop, but just the way he moves. You know, he's the Pied Piper. Once again, according to the docs, the man claims Diddy was rubbing on parts of his body, working his way down before he allegedly performed sloppy toppy on the child actor while also diddling with himself. Now, what we do know from, and no, I did not want, y'all are sick to think that I want that in my eyeballs, but I did listen to Everybody Drag, and I listened to Sly Diggler, who, that's the guy that was on the tape with another young lady in a freak off, and Diddy was in the corner. Sly, the guy that was there, an eyewitness account, said Diddy working with about 3 inches. He got a thumbelina, right? It's so funny. Everybody that is suing Diddy, and this before we even knew that he was thumbelina, right? Everybody said that they all started the same thing. He would try to entice them with sloppy toppy, or he forced them to give them sloppy toppy. And he was doing stuff in a t-shirt, you know, and then he would throw the t-shirt at people and this and that. Here's all I'm saying. It does line up with the fact that maybe Diddy is a little shy in those aspects. And he has to entice you. You know, he can't be like, that thing is banging. He can't be like, what's up? He has to, you see what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know if anything is true, but it's all starting to make sense. Once Sly said, and people confirmed about that tape, that little clip that was circulating, that Sly was telling the truth, everything about Diddy, everything just started to make sense. The way he acts, the way he is, though his anger, his fury, all that stuff. So anyway, the guy said that Diddy did sloppy toppy while he was also diddling with himself. The man claims, no, sorry, at that time, because TMZ is always trying. The child claimed, the man claims that at the time when he was a child, he told Diddy the situation was making him uncomfortable before sloppy toppy. When Diddy was done, he claimed Diddy said he would keep him in mind for possible opportunities before leaving the room and the man by himself. In shock, the child at that time says they left the party shortly after the alleged encounter. Now the child is a full-grown man, and he's suing Diddy and some of the agents who he claimed had a duty to protect him from dangers like this for unspecified damages. Now listen, I'm yawning ahead of time because listen to Diddy's his current family rep, Judah Engelmeyer. Now let me just say this about Judah Engelmeyer. I don't know his CV. I'm not researching. I know, in my opinion, you're representing the devil. Might be too harsh. Okay, fine. I don't know if Diddy is the devil, but I want to see a DNA test because he damn sure act like he at least one of the disciples. He descends from the bloodline, right? So anyway, Judah, keep in mind, was the first person that said that it was all lies, 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 that Diddy didn't get in trouble for drinking moonshine in jail from a toilet. Well, I don't know if it was from a toilet, but they say they make it in a toilet, right? He also said that Diddy did not get in trouble for making phone calls, asking three-way calls that were illegal, asking people to bring them like unmarked ones and all that other stuff. You see what I'm saying? So, and then we found out that Judah was being intellectually dishonest and in some cases outright lying. So, what I'm saying is Judah works for Diddy. Judah does not want to get fired. Judah represents the Combs family. So take what Judah is saying. Actually, let me just say it. So the man whose job it is to not make Diddy look like a devil, and the man that is being paid hundreds and thousands of dollars to make Diddy look like a good person, his name is Judah. This is what he had to say. The allegations from the so-called nameless child actor are false and ridiculous. He's just another hater. Another hater. How does filing a lawsuit make somebody a hater? Now, maybe a victim, maybe somebody's out for money, but a hater? Again, when I read this, I cringed, but it lets you know where Diddy's fan base is. They're mud people. Their head, their mind, it's all stuck in the mud. Do you know what I'm saying? They are, they're just in the gutter.